Well, first off, Abby, how does it feel to be back home here in the Coachella Valley?
Oh my gosh, it's exactly the same, except I feel like a different person coming back here. So it's like, it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful and amazing, and it feels brand new, despite being exactly what I've grown up with my entire 21 years of life.
How does it feel to get all this support here?
Oh my goodness. You know, growing up in the environment that I grew up in, kind of, you know, homeschooled, I didn't even have sports that I really played with other people. So I didn't feel like I had that sense of community around me. I kind of grew up very, very alone. And coming back here, knowing that like, there's people that know my name, like that's the craziest thing. I mean, I had friends and I had one at a time when I had friends. And so this feels like having an entire group of friends around me and just wrapping their arms around me and loving me. It's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
It's incredible.
You mentioned your upbringing. You were more sheltered than most kids.
Definitely.
So how are you navigating Hollywood?
You know, it's not that hard actually. I just found that I'm a big extrovert. So growing up in the environment that I did, it kind of clashed with my personality. So being out kind of in Hollywood and LA and being surrounded by all these people who have the same wants and dreams that I do, it just feels like being with your people. It feels like being around your own community. This is my sport. This is like high school sports to me, and this is my team, and it's amazing.
This is your sport. I think one of the things people love about you most is how genuine and kind you are.
Thank you.
Where does that come from?
My mama, my mom, probably my family. We always valued being kind. I think that that's the only constant in the world. It's the only thing that everybody can look at and be like, yeah, that's the right thing. I mean, no matter how you grew up or what religion you grew up in or what environment you grew up in, it's always like being kind and loving those around you is the only absolute. It's the only thing that we can definitely look at and say, that is the right way to go. And, you know, with all of the uncertainties in life, that's been the only thing that I've done. As long as I am this, then I am good.
Remind us about your origin story and where you came from.
Oh, you know, I've been singing ever since I was a little kid, ever since I could make sounds in my mom's stomach, I was singing. And about when I was 19, I was working a job as a gymnastics instructor at the Indio Rec Center. And I kind of went to my boss, Janet, and I was like, Janet, I feel so strongly that I'm at the point in my life where I need to do what I'm passionate about. And she was so supportive of me, and she said, Abby, you know, you do what you need to do. And so I quit my job, and I decided to busk on the street in hopes of like becoming a performer at just restaurants in the Valley. And performing at the street fair helped me to do that. There were owners of restaurants that saw me, and they were like, we want you to work at our restaurant. And to me, that was like, I win. That was like, I've done it. I've become a musician, and I'm an artist now. And I can do music and get paid for it. And that was amazing to me.
And probably great training.
Definitely.
Dealing with a live audience.
Definitely great training. I mean, I learned that I can play anything, apparently. I didn't know that. I was on the street and people would ask me for songs. And I was like, okay, I've heard it before. I can probably figure it out. And so I'd look up the song and be like, okay. And I started to play, and I was like, oh, shoot, I might be good at this. And so I started to do that. And to me, even just performing on the street fair and having people watch me and stand for hours just to hear, that was so gratifying to me. And I thought I had reached it. I thought like this was it, like I did it. And so to be here, which is like that on a scale of 1,000, like imagine telling my 19-year-old self that like, yeah, you quitting this gymnastics job and going to sing on the street is actually going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. She wouldn't believe you, but she'd probably do it anyway.
What made you decide to audition for American Idol?
I actually got DM'd. I happened to, I'll go back to the origin. I was singing at the street fair, and there was a wonderful, wonderful guy that actually took a video of me singing a Taylor Swift song. He posted it on TikTok, and it got like 1,000 likes. And to me, I was like, oh my gosh, 1,000 likes? Like the most I'd gotten was like 80. And it gave me a little boost of confidence, and I was like, you know what, the song Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo had just come out, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna take a video of it, and I'm just gonna throw it online, and I'm not gonna look at it, and I'm not gonna worry about it. and I'm just going to try to post these covers and see if anything comes of it. And that video happened to be seen by a casting producer at American Idol. Her name is Ariel Panzer. She DM'd me, saw the DM, and I was like, this is fake. And I ignored it for about 20 minutes, and then like I went and looked at it. I looked at her profile, and she was at American Idol, and I was like, okay. And I read the DM, and she was basically like, I don't know if you've ever thought about auditioning for American Idol, but we'd love to have you. Can you give me a call? And I was like, I mean, it's just a call. She was like, if I had any questions. So I gave her a call, and she was like, well, you know, no strings attached. Why don't you hop on a Zoom meeting? And I was like, okay, it's just a Zoom meeting. Went to the Zoom meeting. They had me sing 2 songs. They're like, great. We're going to have you meet the executive producers on a second Zoom meeting. And I was like, okay, it's just a Zoom meeting. Like, it's fine. I can say no, like, at the end of the day. But I went on there, and they were like, we'd love to have you on the show. And I was like, well, I've already put 1 phone call and 2 Zoom meetings into this. I guess I got to do it. And I kind of just like threw caution to the wind, and I showed up to LA at the Calamigos auditions, and the rest is history. I mean, oh my God, I never would have thought that I would get there. I would do the audition. They would say that I was, you know, top 10 material, that I might be the next winner of American Idol, and then to get the platinum ticket on top of that. Oh my God. Sobbing that day. And then to just be here in the top 3, like, that's just so mind-blowing that, like, a little thing that happened at the street fair gave me enough confidence to post a video that got somebody to see it, reached out to me, and I was like, screw it, and then went and auditioned for this show that changed my life.
Looking back now, does it all feel meant to be?
It feels not real. Like, I don't think I felt real since my audition. Everything that has happened since my audition has just felt like a dream, because it really is like a dream come true. Like, what do you say? What do you even say? You can't describe it. When something that you've wanted since you were so young happens, and you can touch it, and you can reach it, and you can see it, and you can feel it, and you hear it. It's like coming alive. It's like being born. And it's just amazing.
When you look back at the previous American Idol winners, dating all the way back to Kelly Clarkson, yes. Can you imagine that you may be the next Kelly Clarkson?
I'm such a fan of Kelly Clarkson. So to even think of like meeting her, let alone following her in her footsteps, is just, it's life-changing. This is life-changing. And to have all of the support behind me is just, it's more than I could ever ask for. And whether I win this show or die in the ground the next day, it's like I did what I loved for my life. I did it.
I hope you always stay this sweet and humble. I really do. Because you're rare to find, I think, in the entertainment world.
Thank you.
And I know you're still going through it, but how has this experience changed you?
I have become so much more confident than I ever thought that I could be. The stuff that I've been doing on stage recently has been so contrasting to where I thought my limits were. And I've grown as a person, not only mentally, but physically, and my abilities have changed, and my confidence in those things have changed. I'm finding out on live television, and it's kind of very scary, but it's really cool.
Do you ever get nervous?
Yes, definitely. I mean, how could you not be? I do have that layer now where it's like, it feels like a job almost. It's just like clocking in and clocking out. But at the same time, I mean, how could you not be? You're in a room of hundreds of people where it's broadcasting to millions of people, and everything that you do right and do wrong is displayed for the entire world to see and watch back and rewind. And every mistake you make, you're very open to all of the criticism and scrutiny of the world. So it's nerve-wracking. It's definitely nerve-wracking. I'm nervous on stage and I'm nervous off stage.
I think we're nervous for you. Is there a particular performance that you're most proud of?
Oh man, I think, well, there's two. I think my audition with What Was I Made For, that was such a moment for me, because I went into there not really knowing what I was going to do. I feel like when you look at these celebrities, they have a persona to them, and it seems like they know exactly who they are, and they put that off in the world. And so I remember talking to my friend and being like, who am I going to present myself as walking into this room? Because I got to figure it out. And she was like, Abby, if you're going to be somebody else, you need to figure that out now, because it's going to be a train wreck if you go in there presenting yourself as somebody else and then trying to figure it out later on. And so I just kind of came to the conclusion that I was going to be myself, and that in this industry, if I go any farther, I'm going to continue to be myself. And I think that song was so perfect because it really relayed that message for me, and it was exactly who I am at home. And I brought it there, and it was just, it's all that uncertainty in life and figuring yourself out, not knowing who you are. So I was really proud of that performance because that's who I am at my core. And then the second one was definitely Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. And I think I was particularly proud of that one because it felt so outside of my box, something that I never thought that I could do, but then to reel it back in and realize that I actually do feel like I am that person as well. And you're finding all these different layers of yourself in this kind of crazy environment and experience. It's just amazing. It's just so cool.
I bet. I don't have to tell you, this is one of the most competitive seasons of American Idol ever. So how do you cope with that, and how do you set yourself apart from the other contestants?
I just try to be myself, to be honest. I don't even see this as a competition anymore. I mean, this is as far as I could have ever dreamed of going. I never thought that I would be here at all, let alone even be close to winning. So I really don't have a strategy. I don't have a plan. I'm just trying to be here and be myself and do what I love. And if I do that, I know that it's going to take me where I want to go.
How bad do you want to be the next American Idol?
Honestly, not that bad. I just want to be me, and if being the next American Idol is me, that's amazing. But I want to be an artist, and I want to do this for the rest of my life and do what I love. And it would be incredible to be the next American Idol. But I mean, that's up to the world. That's up to America, and if that's where they want me to be, I'd be so happy to take that role. But the other two contestants are just so deserving of it. I mean, Will and Jack, I look up to them so much. And at this point, it's splitting hairs. It's like, it has nothing to do with talent. It has nothing to do with whether you can sing or not. It's who you connect with. And if people connect with me, that's all that I can ask for.
You must have a lot of people from your past rooting for you right now.
Definitely, definitely. I can't even get through the amount of messages that I've received. It's impossible. But I feel the support. It's overwhelming.
Can you believe you have a parade?
I found that out via online, so I'm so excited for that. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the people from the Valley and my friends and my family be there. It's going to be so incredible.
And even if you do win American Idol, you'll always remember your roots here in the Coachella Valley, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just driving into town, I've done that drive a million times, but it felt different because I felt different. And being here it's in an environment and in a situation that I never thought that I would be in, and how incredible is it? I mean, you couldn't ask for anything bigger or better. I feel like the president, like coming into town. It's amazing.
You kind of are a president.
Abby for mayor.
Abby for American Idol.
Abby for American Idol.
What is the message you want all of your fans to hear?
Just do what you love for your life. It's just so short. I never thought that I would have an opportunity to be here doing something like this. I mean, this is what I've dreamed of doing since I was a little kid. And being in this environment has made me realize that there is nothing else that I'm passionate about. And if you're not doing what you love, you're not living your life. And if there's a reason that we're here, it's to do something that we're passionate about and make our mark on the world. And your dreams are just so achievable. They're so there. And just go do it. Just go do it, because what do you have to lose? I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out on live television. And so if that's scary for me, you should be able to be scared for yourself, but take that risk.
Take that risk. Whether or not you win American Idol, what does the future hold for you, Abby?
I'm going to continue to fight to be an artist, to be a singer, to be a performer, to write songs. I just want to be me. And that is going to continue outside of American Idol, despite whatever happens this weekend. I mean, if I place I mean, even thinking of placing third, is that not also crazy? I'd be getting bronze. Like, that's so cool. That's so cool. Whether it's first, second, or third, I think that it's just going to be amazing, and it's going to be something that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Well, we are all rooting for you, and we are so proud of you, Abby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your
so
success.
much. Thank you.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Can I give you a hug?